We're talking today about enjoying the journey. I think in leadership, we should talk about this type of stuff on a consistent basis because we get distracted with so many different things of where we want to be, what our goals are, where we're not yet today. I can only say this, 2022 will be your best year ever if it's your best year with God. It's spiritually the best year of your life. Ernest Hemingway made a statement. He said, it's good to have an end to journey towards. It's good to go after something. It's good to have an end to journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end. And that's the ultimate thing. It's how we get there. How do we get to that goal? How do we accomplish our yes in life? How do we accomplish our purpose? You know, a good name is better to be had or is more significant in life than great riches, the Bible say. And so it's all about our name. It's our reputation. How did I get there? What happened in me? Leadership should always have goals, but it's our systems, it's our journeys that get us to the goal. And it's how we enjoy it, which is really going to stand out in our life. If you don't love what you do, you probably shouldn't be doing it. You got to take a look at two things. One, is this what I'm not supposed to be doing? Should I be doing something different? Or is this what I'm supposed to be doing, but my attitude's wrong? My outlook is wrong. The way I see it, it's wrong. And so I've got to adjust those things. And the will of God is always going to be troubles. There's always going to be trials. There's always going to be issues. There's going to be circumstances. Outside the will of God, there's going to be troubles. There's going to be issues. There's going to be circumstances that we all go through. And it doesn't matter where you're at. There's always issues. It's part of the journey. It's part of the process. It's a part of development. It's a part of learning about where you are and perfecting your gifts in life. We get caught up in always chasing the next thing. And what happens is we want it so bad. We have a very hard problem with patience in our life, and especially in America. Patience is not really on our strengths in the United States of America. We're so drive-through oriented. It's got to be quick. It's got to be quick. It's got to be quick. Where what happens is because it doesn't happen fast enough, watch, what we really are desiring and it doesn't come quick enough, we must think, watch, it's not right. I should be doing something else. So we shift gears, we change gears. And you know, what I really want to tell you is just because you haven't accomplished it yet today doesn't mean you shift. It doesn't mean you go to the next best thing. You have to realize that where you're at today is developing you for what you are in the future. I preach this in my own messages, and I say this: if God can't trust you with a little, how can he give you much? Where you are today is a proving ground. Can God trust you right where you are to allow you to operate and function in the gift and the call of God of leadership in your life right where you are, even when it's small, even when it's struggling, even when it's not what you are hoping and you're dreaming about and the visions? Can God really trust you today so that tomorrow he can really bless your socks off by enlarging your territory? And these are the things that I think about is sometimes we want the enlarged territory. We want Canaan land, if you will, which is where the promised land was for God, for his people. And we want it so bad, but yet we're so impatient. And we got to realize that we've got to enjoy the day. I made this statement in one of my messages recently, and I say, we over-exaggerate yesterday, we overestimate tomorrow, and watch, we underappreciate today. How do you enjoy the journey? I'm going to give you two thoughts pretty quickly today. Number one, you got to embrace challenges, risks, and mistakes. You got to embrace them. You can't be afraid to fall flat on your face. You can't be afraid to take the risk. You know, you've heard it in business: high risk, high reward; low risk, low reward. So what risk are you willing to take? Are you going to embrace them? Are you going to embrace the challenges? Do you get mad at every time an opposition comes? Do you get irritated and frustrated and you complain about the problem, or do you embrace it? Do you look at it and say, it's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to perfect my leadership. What about my mistakes? How do you look at those? Do you get mad and upset and cry and whine about every mistake or every mistake everybody else makes? Or do you embrace it? Do you pull that person in and put your arm around them and say, let's talk about it. Let's embrace the mistake. Let's learn from this situation. What is it you do with that, right? The second one is focus on progress and little victories. You got to focus on the progress. What can you see? What is the little victory? Remember, I said it earlier, you over-exaggerate yesterday, overestimate tomorrow, and underappreciate today. You gotta make sure that even the little victories today, though they may not look great, They are celebrated and focused on, and you got to take those and say, yes, we did this today. Utilize that memory of something good happening and to propel you into the next phase of your life. I hear so many people say this: I'm not where I want to be. I wish I was further along. I wish my business was better. I wish I was bringing more income in. I wish my revenue was better. I wish my economic status was better. I wish my church, from a pastor standpoint, I wish my church was larger. I wish I was touching more people. I wish. And the reality is, for you to focus on the progress and the little victories, you got to realize you're not where you want to be ultimately, but you are headed in that direction. Have you ever dieted? Watch. You get on the scale every morning and you kick yourself because you don't even lose a pound. But after day 4, you might have lost a pound, and then you're like, okay, this is good. But then what happens? You kick yourself because maybe I should have lost 3 pounds. No, celebrate the pound all the time. Celebrate the little victories. Getting the result is what we want in personal growth, which supports the results throughout the process. Your personal growth, who you are and who you're becoming, is more important than what you're leading. Come on, this is what you have to realize. Your personal growth is more important than the thing that you're doing. And when you extract lessons out of it in your leadership, you become the leader that you need to be, as well as the people around you need you to become, which creates great success and victories in your life. Until next time, I call you blessed, and do all that God's called you to do in your leadership in Jesus' name.